Hello, everyone. I am Marlene. I am the content creator for Marlene Motivates, and this is the channel for all things inspiration, positivity, motivation, and self improvement. If you are new to this channel, hit the subscribe button and join my channel membership for member only perks. Today on the show, we're going to be talking about opinions and what those opinions can do to us and what they mean to ourselves. So let's first talk about an opinion because that's important to find out what an opinion is. So, an opinion is the thoughts, what somebody thinks. And that's just what it is. It's what somebody thinks of you, it's their opinion, what they're giving to you. But it's what you choose to do with the opinion of somebody else that matters. People can always tell you certain things, people can always give you advice, but how do you take that? See, an opinion is used for someone else telling you what they personally believe. And what somebody else believes does not mean that that has to be something that you personally believe. And that's important to realize that. That's all comes into who you are as an individual, who you are as a woman, who you are as a person. And that's so important for you to validate yourself. A lot of people go through their entire life going and jumping and hopping from the opinions of other people. They live on that. That's all they have to their core, what they think about what other people view them. So it's all a projection thing. What are you allowing for other people to project onto you? And that is the question. What is your opinion? How much do you allow somebody else to give you that type of power? Now, let's go to the comment section and see who's in the comments. Hey, Tamika, how are you? Happy Thursday. It's so good to see you. I hope you're doing well and welcome in. And I appreciate all of the likes. It definitely helps my analytics. And I appreciate you all for supporting me today, whether live or on the replay. And we have to ask ourselves why the opinion of others matters to us. Hey, the word, welcome. Happy Thursday. Good to see you. I hope you're well. We have to ask ourselves this question. Why do the opinions of others matter? Because it's our way to feel and how we can control our environment. Others' opinions have indeed a tremendous value. You know, we are social beings and we care about what other people think about us because it shows our character and what we're about. But at the end of the day, this is why we have to work on ourselves. See, when our foundation is not strong within ourselves, we're not doing the things that we need to do. We have not done the inner work when it comes to dealing with our self esteem, our self awareness, our believing in ourself. When someone else's opinion comes and combats us with something contrary to what we think about ourselves, how do you com- compa- com- the word is not coming out properly. I'm getting tongue tied. How do we put that in the right compartment in our life? How do you put that on a shelf? How are you dealing with it? Are you taking all of that on to you as a belief? Do you accept it? That is the question. When somebody tells you something, they're telling you their personal beliefs. Do you allow someone else's beliefs to become yours? Or are you strong enough within yourself to make a decision about what you're going to accept? Hey, Realist One here. Welcome. Happy Thursday to you. Hope you're well. And thank everybody for supporting me. And thank you for all the likes. It's very much appreciated. Now, when we speak about the opinions of others, how much power do we give it? How much light do we feed into that? Do we allow other people's opinions, those that are absolutely ridiculous, the ones that are lies, the ones that are hate filled? Do we allow those opinions of others to take us down, to put so much weight on our head and our heart? Where do you put the opinions of other people? Do you put it on a shelf? Do you even give yourself a moment to think on it and pause on it? See, most of the time when someone gives you their opinion and you get upset, angry, irate, it's because you believe it. Even if you say you don't, we do not get affected by things that we don't believe. You believe it to be true. And when you do that, that means you just need to go back and do some inner work. That inner work is so important for you. No matter what somebody else says about you, the question always is, but what do I think about me? What do I believe? Who am I? And that means we have to go all the way back in time to when others said things to you. And how was your reaction to it? What were some of the things that people said to you? How did they feed your self esteem? Did they encourage it or did they decline your self esteem? See, we have to get to the core and the root of why others' opinions affect us so deeply. Why do they? Because most of the time we have not done the work to fix ourself and to raise our self-esteem, to believe in ourself, to know that we can do great things and that the opinions of others have nothing to do with mine. The copper tone. Welcome in. Happy Thursday to you. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate your support. The opinions of others have nothing to do with you. See, we give things so much power. We give them so much light. And also, people can give you opinions because you're telling them too much of your business. Boom. The bomb just got dropped. See, people can't give their opinions of you unless you give them some fuel for their fire. You give them something to talk about for you. See, it's so important for us to realize the things that we're doing. It's accountability, it's awareness so that we can do healthier things because most of us are not introduced to healthy ways to communicate, healthy ways to cope with our life, healthy ways to deal with other people. See, we want to go to the extremes in our life, right? When someone, you do this and I'm going to do that, tit for tat. You do this, I'll do that. I got one better. I'll do this to you if you do that. I'll give you silence. See, we're not doing that. See, we're motivated, we're inspired, we're encouraged. We don't stay in the toxic environment. That yes, while you may have to address people when they're being disrespectful or calling you out your name, but you don't have to stay in that environment. See, don't stoop down to other people's level. You have to know your level. And you have to know when you're elevating your mind, when you have different thought processes, and also when your opinion is different from that of others, it does something on the inside of other people. It shakes their core, it shakes their beliefs because people don't like when you don't agree with them. People only want for you to be in agreement. See, it takes a person who is wiser, mature, confident in themselves that they can accept an opinion that be different or contrary than that of yours. So we have to understand that not everyone is mature. Not everyone is wise. They only want to control you. That's what it's all about. When others give their opinions, it's a control thing. They want to find out where you are. Like, can they get a rise out of you? If they say something to you, are you going to automatically go to 10? Or do you have enough control that you won't allow anybody to control you and take your power away? See, I didn't understand that and know that when I was going on my personal journey of love and light within myself. You allow people to do things to you, even when you don't even know you're doing it. You feel all the time that you have to do and say something to protect yourself. But not everything that someone says you have to give a response to. When you know who you are inside, you know what you're about, you know what you believe. Some things are not even worth a response. They're not even worth it. It's not worth it to decline to try to convince them. See, when you know your worth, when you know what you're about, you know who you belong to, you know the things that you deserve. You don't have to convince anybody of that. See, all of that is inner work. And unfortunately, a lot of us have to do more inner work and not allow other people to get inside of us and take us down. See, none of that can happen without our permission. We give people permission to get us angry. We give people permission to shift our attitude. You give people permission to treat you in a way that you don't like. We allow people to use us. But who whose problem is that? That's ours. And that's why it's so important for us to take our power back. Take your power back. You know, you are a grown woman. You are a grown man. And you cannot allow others to control you, manipulate you, and tell you who you are. You have to define that for yourself. And that's that inner work. That's the inside things that it's very uncomfortable to say. I need to love myself more. I need to define for myself what makes me worthy. What am I doing for myself to show that I am worthy? Hi, Miss Newton's big family, big noise. Welcome. Happy Thursday to you. Thank you so much for supporting me, and I hope that you are well. Yes, nobody can invalidate us without our permission. That's a permission that you have to give. And when someone comes at you, says something crazy, does something that we don't like, we have to choose what our reaction is going to be to that. And we have to understand that other people are going to have some crazy opinions about us. And let me pause here on this thought that people are not going to like you. It's very unfortunate, but for many reasons, people will choose to not like you. That's their choice, and that's their problem. Because, like I always say, they're the ones missing out, not you. You're not missing out. If people leave your life, it's basically saying, thank you so much for taking out the trash. Now I don't have to take it out. Don't let other people with their evil motives, their wicked spirits, the evil, their manipulation, their low vibration, don't let them make you feel distressed. Don't let them their opinions, and if maybe it's something you don't agree with. Maybe it's something that you don't like, but you don't have to stay around it. Don't lower your standards just to make other people happy. Don't let other people make you feel unhappy. Don't do it. They don't deserve that. And like I say, a lot of times people may not deserve you. They don't deserve your time. They don't deserve your knowledge. They don't deserve your enlightenment. And if somebody is not going to respect your personal opinion, respect your time, leave them alone. Let them be. Let them have their own opinions. Yes, yes, they are. And that's none of my concern. Yeah, that right there. It's none of your concern what somebody else thinks. We spend so much time being concerned what somebody else is doing and being and what they think about us. And also asking ourselves, why? Why don't they like me? Why don't they hang around me? Why won't they do this and that with me? And we try to convince other people to like us, and we change our personality and we do things that we shouldn't in order to gain people's friendships and gain likes, especially on this app of YouTube. Don't change who you are. Don't change what you're about just to get a view, to get someone to be on your side. Don't change your values just because they may have none. See, never stop being you. Never stop being you and what you're about. See, it's all about respect at the end of the day. It's all about respect. When other people have opinions, let them have theirs. And then you as well, allow yourself to have your own opinion. Don't let the opinions of others invalidate yours. I wanted to do this topic because I see all the time when one person has an opinion and another person has a conflicting opinion. It's like a bull, like two bulls, and the horns keep hitting each other, and they're going at it. It's ridiculous. If you can't have a conversation with somebody without disrespect being involved, one person states their opinion and the other one states theirs. You know, it's about gaining knowledge, finding out the opinions of other people, and then you letting them have theirs and they let you have yours. But when disrespect comes in, that's when you have to go. See, some people, when you challenge them, or another big thing is when you call out a lie. A person will think that because they're manipulating other people and they have other people under their thumb, believing all of their lies because they keep putting up these smoke screens. And these people, they personally believe all of the lies that they keep saying because mental illness is real. It really is. And you're not going to get those people to change. And arguing with them is just wasting your time and theirs. So if someone has to disrespect you, pull back from those people. You don't deserve that. You don't deserve to let anybody treat you disrespectfully, call you out your name, or threaten you because that's what happens a lot. People want to put their hands on you because they can't use you or change you to think how they think. That's simple minded, weak minded, and low vibrational. You can't change those people, no matter how intellectual you are, no matter how many receipts that you can show. People are going to think what they want to think. You can't stop that. You can't stop people from being who they are. You can't stop people who are liars. You can't stop people who are manipulators. You can't stop people who are mentally challenged. You can't stop any of those things. There's some things that is not in our control. You cannot control what other people do. You can't control what other people say. You can't control who likes you. You can't make people like you. You can't make people do right by you. But what you can do is be yourself. What you can do is love yourself. See, do you and be you. The more people who will be themselves, this will be a more peaceful world. See, and peace can't happen until you choose to make peace. See, that's something that we have to do for ourselves. When you state your opinion, be confident in it. This is what I think. And no matter what somebody else says, that's what you want to think. And maybe to another person, you may seem ignorant, a fool, whatever it is. But that's theirs to have and let them have it. But don't feel threatened by it. See, be confident in what you think, be confident in your own opinion. But one thing you must not do is feel less than because your opinion is different from others. See, it takes a confident person, a wise person, a person who knows their value, a person who is enlightened, a person who knows how to vibrate higher. Hey, Metrosonic, how are you? Welcome. Happy Thursday to you. Thank you so much for the share and the shares of others. It's always appreciated. Yes, don't let other people's opinions stop you and drag you down. That's their opinion. Let them have it. Don't try to control that because you will be doing the same thing as other people. You know? Don't let other people take you down. And these are some of the ways that we can accept the opinions of others, even if you don't agree. Okay. Liz, hey, sis. Welcome. So good to see you. Happy Thursday to you. I hope you're well. And here is how we can accept the opinions of others, even if you don't agree. See, that's the hardest thing, how to deal with others' opinions, even when you don't agree or you don't like it. Okay. Here is the first thing: listen with an open mind. You know, one of the hardest things when you hear something and you don't agree with it, you don't like it, it's contrary to your beliefs and your values, try to open your mind, widen your perspective. Just listen. Just listen. That's all. Allow somebody else to express themselves. Let another person express how they feel. Right. Yep. Stay on the positive side. Yeah. Don't let anybody change that about you. So when an opinion comes at you, it's something that you don't agree with. Listen with an open mind, and have that open mind and say, I never thought about it that way. And it may not change how you feel, but you have another thought process, another reasoning. See, everybody comes from different places in their life. Everybody has been through different things, which cause them to have certain belief systems. It causes them to want to think a certain way. People have been through some hard things. Maybe you haven't been through the same things that they have been through. You haven't had their same walk in life. When you have not been through something, you cannot understand why someone has a certain opinion. So listen to another person and let them have their own opinion. Here's another one: how to accept the opinions of others, even if you don't agree. Think before you speak. Think before you speak. Now, I can say as a woman, you know, sometimes I just someone says something to me and immediately I go shift completely into the direction of my emotions. I'm thinking with my emotions instead of logic. So we have to think not only what how it affects us, but before you say something and it comes to your mouth, think about what somebody else may be going through. Are they having a tough time? What kind of situations are they dealing with? Could they be a single parent? They be grieving? Maybe they lost their job or they're dealing with a health problem. Sometimes people just say things because they're venting. They're blowing off steam about the things that they're going through in their personal life. See, we have to learn to not take things personally. And it's very tough to not take things personally. I don't mean when a person is being rude. I'm not saying that you don't accept rudeness from anybody. But I mean when someone is stating something and it's something like, whoa, like, why are they coming at me like that? You don't know what that person may be going through. So we sometimes have to be considerate of another person and let them blow off their steam. But also, we do have to think before we speak. When you say something to another person, you cannot take it back. So think before you say it. Think before you say it because you don't want to just say things like an ignorant person, not caring what other people think about you. Because when it turns around on its axis and the same thing faces you, and someone says the same thing that maybe you would have said to somebody, it doesn't feel good when it comes back to you. It doesn't feel good when you're going through something and someone hits you in your heart, when someone breaks you down. So you wouldn't want to get that. So don't give that to other people. It's very important to not make assumptions, and as human beings, that's something that we do constantly. You look at others, you judge them by how they look, the things that they talk about, the clothes they wear, their financial situation, their health status. We make judgments all the time, whether you want to believe it or not, whether you want to face it as the truth, it is. We do make judgments of other people, but the same judgments that you give to others, realize one day you're going to get back the same. So think before you speak. You would want someone to be kind and understanding to you. So let people think how they want to. It's their life. It's their life too. As long as it's not threatening, as long as it's not disrespectful, let them have their opinion and think what they want to think. And another thing is when how to accept the opinions of others, even when you don't agree, try to find a common ground. You know, getting on that common ground about the things that you do agree on. What are some of the values that we do have in common? And then you can go from there. See, a lot of times we don't understand that every single person, no matter what they look like, whatever their financial situation, whatever their gender is, every single person is a human being. Every single person has feelings. Every single person has problems. That's a common ground for everybody. I know some act like they don't. Some act like they are perfect and nothing ever goes wrong with them and they're living this extraordinary life. But no, every single person has difficulties. So try to see the good in others. I I think that that's a better term than finding a common ground. See the good in other people. See what they're good at. Highlight the good things about an individual instead of only seeing the negatives, only seeing what are the things that irk you. Because there's things about everybody that may irk a person, but try to see what a person has and not what they don't. See, that's how I learn how to deal with everyone. I can deal with everyone because I can see the good qualities in anyone. And I can only do that because I was given those tools. I was taught how to cope with other people. And I was also taught when it's time for me to take my leave. Find a common ground. Right, Liz? Yeah, we have to see everybody as human beings. Everybody, everybody, everybody bleeds red. Last time I checked, everybody bleed red and peed yellow. That will never change. Everybody has feelings, even though some show it and some don't. But people have feelings. So, you know, treat people as human beings, treat people as you want to be treated, and allow other people to have varying opinions, even if it's not the opinion that we may have ourselves. Here's another one on how to accept the opinions of others, even if you don't agree. Put yourself in their shoes. Put yourself in their shoes. hmm Put yourself in their shoes. You ever thought what that person may be going through? What that person may be dealing with? How hard it may be for them at that moment? See, people don't tell you everything that's going on in their life. They don't tell you all their difficulties, all the things that stress them out. Hey, Roxanne, how are you? Welcome. Happy Thursday. Good to see you. People don't tell you everything they have going on because most of the time, even if you shared it, most people wouldn't care and they will use it as fuel to make fun of you. So try to be kind to another person. Instead of making judgments, put yourself in their shoes. How must it feel to be them? And then move accordingly, then act accordingly. See, when you can respect another person's opinion, you can definitely go far. Definitely. And it's very important. to appreciate diversity, you know? It's important uh, in the workplace, but it's very important here on this app of YouTube. Appreciate that people come from different backgrounds and cultures and personal and professional experiences. And there is so much that you can gain from listening to others and allowing them to share their opinions. Not only does it let another person express their feelings, but you show other people that their opinions are valuable. And it also may open your eyes to a fresh perspective. See, as a woman, I can't say how a man thinks. I can't say how different circumstances are that I have never been put in, or things that I have never gone through and had to deal with. And I hear people say that all the time. They will tell somebody how it is, how their life is. You don't know their difficulties. You don't know their struggle. You don't know what it's like in their day to day. So appreciate the diversity of other people, that they have different backgrounds and cultures and experiences, and they're at different places in their life, emotionally, mentally, financially, and spiritually. Not everybody is at a good place in their life. Maybe that's why they're angry. Maybe that's why they could be combative. They haven't found a channel, a way to express themselves and to get that steam off, how to blow off steam in a right way. See, when you have that toxicity inside of you, you've been around it and you've been in an environment for so long that your feelings, your opinions have never been accepted and received. Actually, they've been disrespected. And that's the same energy that you give to other people. But the more you accept and appreciate the diversity of somebody else, you can learn something. And you also show that you respect the opinions of other people. And that's something that we must do. You must respect the opinions of other people if you want to deal with others. To deal with other people in this life, we have to accept that while that's not my belief system, that's yours. And I'm going to allow you to have it. And when you do that, you allow other people to be happy. You allow people to have their say. Allow people to be mad and scream. Maybe they need to do it because maybe you're the only person that they feel comfortable expressing their opinion with. It's a lot of people that they're under so much pressure and they have nobody that they can express how they feel with. It's very frustrating. A lot of people have nobody that they can trust, nobody they can blow off steam with. So sometimes when someone says something maybe insensitive, just say they may be going through something. Or I like to say, do you feel better now? Does that make you feel better? Let them have their opinion. Let them have their say. Okay. And the most important thing at the end of the day, others' opinions of me don't invalidate me. And the same thing, others' opinions of you don't invalidate you. At the end of the day, you have to validate yourself. You. It's personal. That's inner work. You have to work on your own worth. You can't wait for other people to give you. You can't let other people treat you a certain way and do that. That's something that you have to stop. You have to put an end to certain things. You have to block off people. You have to preserve and protect your energy. You have to be silent and stop telling other people your business. so that you can stop getting certain judgments. So, all of that, that's inner work stuff. You can't be mad at other people when you're not standing up for yourself. See, we have to validate ourselves. We have to know who we are. We have to know who we are personally inside of us. And it's uncomfortable. We don't want to talk about things that have hurt us, but we got to get to the the heavier things, the weightier things. And if you don't validate yourself, if you don't speak over your life, prosperity, peace, and success, who is going to do that for you? There's certain things that we have to do for ourselves. You have to love yourself. You must. And if you don't, and you're waiting for other people in romantic relationships, in your family, on the job, your finances, or your health, if you think all of those things define your sense of being and love for yourself, you got to work on yourself more then. Nobody outside of you should love you more than you. That's a personal thing. You got to work on that every single day. Every single day we go through things. Every single day we face challenges. But it's what you do with those challenges. It's how you meet those challenges victoriously. You got to validate yourself and say, I am somebody outside of what others think, what other people are doing, who likes me, what numbers I have here on this app or social media in general, or what means I have financially, uh, what kind of clothes I wear. It's outside of material things. It's outside of the way I look, but it's about who you are inside. See, we need to work more on the inside of us, what we're about, what we think, how we love ourselves, how we're taking care of ourselves. Hey, Miss V, welcome. Happy Thursday. Thank you so much for supporting me today. See, all of that is a personal thing that nobody can do that for you. Validate yourself. If you're constantly waiting and seeking for others to validate you, for others to like you. Or another thing, when someone sees something you're doing or something you're saying and they don't like you, and you get upset by that. Why? Are you upset that they don't like something you've done? That shouldn't matter to you. That's irrelevant. See, what my mentor told me, and it sat with me a long time. The only time you should feel like some type of way about things is when something that someone is telling you is true. It's something that is challenging you. It's something that you need to work on. See, that's something that you should be upset about because it's true. And that's what we don't want to accept. We don't like when someone calls us out and tells us something that is true, that shakes us to our core. But it's true. If somebody challenges you on something and you know it's true, don't get angry and upset. Accept it and receive it. That's personal accountability. And that shows that you're working on yourself and say, yeah, I do need to work on that. Don't get mad because someone has seen what you already know in front of that mirror. You know what's true. You know what's true about you. And don't let anybody tell you something before you know it. You have to know it and face it. So when someone tells you that, you be like, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Don't get mad and angry about that. Validate yourself. Know yourself. See, we have to work on knowing who we are and knowing what we want. So when someone gives their opinion, we can let them have it. You can let other people have their opinion when you already have formed your own, when you're already okay with what you are and who you are and where you're going. See, a lot of people get all riled up, they get all aggravated. They're ready to fight people because someone says something or does something that we don't like. But it's their life, it's their opinion, it's their judgments. That has nothing to do with us. Why are we allowing their negativity when it hits us to go inside of us, inside of our mind, and we're consuming it. We're eating on that toxicity. See, I love when my therapist told me, be careful of what you're eating. See, you allow yourself to eat on that toxicity. See, and we know that toxicity, that's poison. It's hazardous. Something that's going to break you down, make you feel miserable. If something is toxic to you and draining, dismiss it. Back away from it. But don't let it make you angry. Don't let it raise your blood pressure. It's not worth it. And people like that, they're not worth it. They're not worth your time. See, all of that is inner work. And because you love yourself, it doesn't matter what other people say. It doesn't matter what other people think about you. It doesn't matter who likes you. See, because you're so busy being in your lane, doing you, being you, loving yourself, challenging yourself, that you don't have time to worry who likes me, what do they think about me. You're focused. See, we have to work on refocusing. Hey, James, welcome. How are you? We have to work on refocusing. See, that's the issue. We're sidetracked. A lot of times when something comes at us and we don't like it, we're allowing people to sidetrack us. Don't let other people sidetrack you. Stay in your lane. Know who you are. Know what you're about. Know your values. And if they are different from yours, just say, okay. So, well, that's different. Well, that's new. And let them have it. Let them have it. Let somebody else have different thinking from ours. Okay? And you don't know what a person's going through. Listen with an open mind. Appreciate that maybe that's how it is in their culture. Let them have it. It doesn't do anything to you. It shouldn't invalidate who you are and what you're about because they're different. Let other people be different. Okay? Let them be different and let them love their own self where they are. See, you can't raise somebody up. You have to let people be who they are, where they are. I had to learn to stop trying to, you know, downgrade myself, lower my vibration just to be around certain people, just so other people would like me, you know? I have to validate myself and I have to know when I see certain things, I'm like, no, that's not for Marlene. And the same thing for you all. When you see something and you recognize it and be like, no, that's not for me. Don't think you're going to go into something and change who you are and change what you're about. Don't do that. And don't feel threatened because it's different. Everybody has the right to be different because everybody has gone through different things. But you just keep loving yourself and being your best version of yourself. Remember, don't let the opinions of others invalidate yours. Your opinions matter. You matter. You're worth it. You are intelligent. and very capable. Love yourself and allow other people to be themselves. Don't try to control other people's thinking and reasoning. That's low vibrational. Raise your vibration and know that you don't have to accept everybody, and know that everybody isn't going to like you. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. And you got to learn that's okay, because the ones that care for me and really are on my side will be. You don't have to do anything but exist. And that's why one of my first channel sayings was, just be it. Just because you are alive, just because you exist, you're okay. You're all right in being who you are. No, just be that. Claim it and love it. Love yourself for who you are, and don't try to change and be like anybody other than yourself, because you will make yourself and others miserable, and also allow other people to do and be the same. I am Marlene, and I'm the content creator for Marlene Motivates, and you have just been inspired. Remember, everybody, be yourself. It's always good enough. And on this channel, I have channel membership, and I just want to play this clip that I made about my channel membership. So I welcome you all to join my channel membership. So you are welcome to join my channel membership for member-only lives, videos, community posts, and giveaways. And I thank you all so much for joining me today. And those who are listening in the replay, my replay gang, thank you so much for supporting this channel. To all my members, to all my subscribers, and to all my mod crew, thank you for holding your girl down. And as I always say, every single video, story time, and live stream, just know it. Just breathe it and be it, and live your best life. I'll see you all tomorrow.
Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? I forgive me. I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Ooh, hey, yeah, yeah.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself.